In life, we all encounter obstacles, and those obstacles come in all different shapes, sizes, and forms. The question is, how do we handle those obstacles? Do we attack them head on, or do we allow them to make us quit? Welcome to the No Quit Living podcast, where we aim to motivate and inspire listeners to never give up on themselves, their dreams, or their goals. We will interview successful people from all walks of life as they share their no-quit stories when they had the choice to give up or give in, but they didn't. We thank you for listening, and we hope to be that jolt of positivity as you go for your greatness. Welcome to episode number 126 of the No Quit Living podcast. I am your host, Christopher J. Worth, and today's theme of the day is ambition. Our quote of the day comes to us from Salvador Dali. Intelligence without ambition is a bird without wings. I'm very excited to bring you today's episode. I recently met today's guest, and we immediately connected on many fronts. Alex Quin is all about helping others and working together. Alex no longer has employees that work for him. Now he has partners that he works with. I hope you enjoy today's episode. Alex, I'd like to welcome you to the No Quit Living podcast.
What's going on, Chris? Thanks, man. It's a pleasure to be here, man.
I appreciate it. So the first question we ask everybody is, are you ready to make it happen today?
Bro, I'm ready to make it happen every day. Let's get this going, man. I'm excited to be on.
Awesome. So in life, we all encounter obstacles. And I was wondering if you have either a no-quit story or an opportunity in your life when you could have given up or given in, but you didn't. You kept on going and didn't quit.
Chris, bro, I have way too many stories, man. Just to give you everything in a nutshell, I started an advertising company a few years back, about 4 or 5 years back. And we switched business model from being client-based to owning our own businesses. So I pretty manage an investment portfolio now. And in the making of that business venture, I've had so many failures, man, that I can't even tell you. Like I've come close to quitting so many times. I've had to have my close family members and friends, pep talk me and stuff because it's difficult, man. Like, we do a lot of cool things, but keeping up with everything is very hard. Being tired, not getting any sleep, and sometimes you're just in a mind state where you just feel like, you may feel insecure, like you can't keep going forward. But I think the most important thing is just surrounding yourself with people who see your true potential and continue to push you. Because if you really have that talent, it's only a matter of time before you reach success. You just got to keep being consistent. So as far as me having a no quit story, man, I could tell you that over the last 5 years, I've probably lost everything about 3 to 4 times. And I've continued working, continued reinvesting. And now I'm at a point in my life where, my businesses are successful. They're running, they're self-sustaining, they're making money for everybody. But in the making, there's been way too many times that I'm just sitting on my bed or just frustrated. I'm like, man, should I keep going? Should I continue? Am I wasting my time? Am I wasting other people's time? But, as humans, we tend to doubt ourselves sometimes. And, it's part of the process, part of self-growth. But, I could definitely tell you that I've had times where I wanted to throw in the towel, but I just surrounded myself with people that told me, no, you got this. We believe in you. You've been able to do it before. You could do it again. And I think that's the perfect part of the formula: believing in yourself and having people that believe in you.
No, I think that's so key, is having those right people in your corner. One of the things we often talk about on our show is having the right people on your bus and in your corner. And the other component of that is that it's a two-way street, meaning that, I can't be in your corner 100% of the time, and then all of a sudden when I need you, you're not there, vice versa. So we tell people all the time is it's important to surround yourself with those right people, not only for business, but for personal. And the reality is, as I said, is we all encounter so many challenges throughout life. It's not a question of are we going to get knocked down? The question is, A, how many times do we get knocked down? And B, how many times do we get back up?
Yep.
So if you wouldn't mind, Alex, just sharing a little bit with our audience of exactly who you are and what exactly you do each and every day.
Listen, man, I invest. I invest my own money. I have an investment portfolio as well of other people who invest into businesses. And I pretty much, man, I bring businesses together. I build brands. I do strategic partnerships. I have 4 brands myself, okay? 3 of which we could talk about, one of which I haven't released any info yet. And I also bring big brands together with artists. We do collaborative events. We do all types of stuff, man. I just work in the marketing field. People know me in the industry for calling Alex Quin, and Alex Quin gets things done. Whether it's in the entertainment industry, whether it's in the film industry, whether whatever it is, I've gotten to the point in my career where I've paid my dues. I've made a name for myself. I have a track record, and people already know that when they pick up the phone, they're not wasting their time. So one of the things that we're working on now is we're working on a documentary series to raise awareness on the dangers of gun violence, and it takes place in Miami. It's called Take a Ride Miami. I also have an exotic car rental company in Miami called Intermoto, and we rent out Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Rolls Royces, and we keep all the cars in a nice art gallery in the Wynwood Art District, which is like the key spot to have anything here in Miami. It's where Art Basel is held every year. And I also have my advertising company. I have my advertising company that brings everything together, make sure that the sales come in, make sure that everything works together. And through my advertising company is where we do most of our strategic partnerships with big brands. We've done a lot of cool stuff. We've done projects with Adidas. We've done projects with the Red Bull. We've done projects with DJ Khaled. We've done all types of stuff that is just kind of really hard for me to pinpoint to you like exactly what I do. I'm just a mover and shaker in the industry, and whatever needs to get done, people pick up the phone, they call Alex Quin or they call UADV, and I have the manpower and I have the ability to be able to pull it off. So it's very dynamic.
No, it's interesting that you do all those different things. And I want to just ask the gun safety component, how did that come about? Because that's obviously something that is in our country very, very important to many different people. And I was just curious how you got involved and why you got involved in that.
Well, I'll tell you, man, this has been an issue that's been like crazy, like currently, right? Because we've been seeing a lot of stuff going on, but we've been working on this documentary actually for 2 years. Okay. This is a self-funded documentary by UADV. And the reason I did it is because of the unique story behind it. The director of the film, his name is Anton Samuel. Okay. And we actually went to high school together and played football together in high school, along with one of our executive producers, Michael Ronaldo. So we decided to bring the film together because there's a lot of violence in South Florida. There's a lot of kids, getting access to weapons and shooting each other over dumb social media fights or over things that shouldn't even matter. And you're actually having kids out here losing their lives. The idea is not to sit here and tell everybody that we want to take guns away from them, but it's the fact that we need to be careful with the things that we have around us, especially with kids. We have a responsibility as adults to keep our kids safe. And, the reason why this all came together is because Anton has a very specific story. And, Anton lost his father to gun violence when he was 8 years old. And he actually witnessed it. So Anton has been an advocate for this his whole life. And, once I saw what he was doing, I decided to bring his idea together with my production team, and we actually brought the film to life. So right now the film is weeks away from releasing, and, we're extremely excited about it. But, it's not only being excited about releasing the film to everybody, it's about the message. Like, everybody sees Miami as beaches, palm trees, beautiful women, exotic cars. But, it's not just that. I live that lifestyle. I have those vehicles. I have, I have all the access to all those things. But I'm also aware as a human being, as a resident of Miami, that we have this problem and that we need to help the community. Just like the community has helped me get to where I am, we need to help the community again. Like my story, bro, I come from absolutely nothing, man. I have a supportive family, but the way I built my businesses has been from working in the fast food industry, from having side hustles, like just from doing my thing, man. It's just a general like self-made story. So I'm very in tune with the culture. I'm very in tune with my city, and I just kind of just take things where they where the vibe goes, and I like to just surround myself, like I said before, with good energy, positive energy, and I like to give back.
No, it's so important. I think gun safety and gun control is something that is obviously important in our country moving forward. So I think it's awesome that you're getting involved in that. So how do you personally define the word success? What does success mean to you, or what does it look like to you?
Bro, Chris, listen, man. Success to me is waking up every day and doing what you love. Because look, at the end of the day, success shouldn't be like measured by how much money you make or by how many people know you, but how you feel when you wake up. Like you at the end of the day, like you completed your work and you're like, man, like today was a good day. I had fun. Like I did what I loved, and you may not necessarily have made all the money in the world, but you feel fulfilled at the end of the day. And I think that's what success is. Once you figure yourself out, once you love yourself, self-growth, self-love, once you reach that point in life where you care about yourself more than what people think about you, I think that's the ultimate form of success.
No, I couldn't agree more. And I think that's the best part about the question is it's not about money specifically. It's not about material things. Now, it can be, and then obviously you want to be as successful as you can, but your definition of waking up every morning and doing what you do is awesome. And then the word you touched on, fulfillment, is something that we often hear echoed by a lot of our guests because it's the concept of being fulfilled in your life and being fulfilled with your day in and day out pursuits. And I think if you go after just chasing money, you might get it. You might get a deal here and there. But the reality is if you go out and what you're talking about is helping people and doing things the right way, I think it comes back to you tenfold.
It does, man. It does, man. I look, this entrepreneurial journey has been very challenging. You could lose yourself at times, man. But at the end of the day, it's all about self love. If you really believe in yourself, man, and you really believe you have a talent, it doesn't matter what people tell you, what your parents, what your aunts, uncles, friends. Like, if people don't believe in you, but you believe in yourself, that's all you need, man. All you need to is believe in yourself. I was a young kid at 18 years old. I walked into my house and told my mom, Mom, I'm starting an advertising agency, not knowing what the hell I was doing, but I believed in myself enough to do it. And here I am today, still owning the business, still owning other businesses, and jumping into things I would have never imagined. I'm only 24, Chris. So, like, I have a while to go. I have a lot of things to learn. I don't know everything in the world, but I know that I have good work ethic. I hustle. I'm humble. Humility is very important. You know what I mean? And it's just something that you just have to carry out your business ventures with values, man. And you can't lose yourself, and you can't let bad experiences change you or change the way you are towards people, because at the end of the day, you are who you are, and people are going to be how they're going to be, and you just have to, you have to have those ethics down packed.
No, I agree with that, and I think it's important. And a lot of times when money gets involved, people lose their true self. So I think it's important that you have their values and your morals, and you stick to your ethics. So if you had to define yourself in only one word, what would that word be?
Ambitious. Ambition. Look, bro, Wale, I don't know if you're familiar with Wale. Wale says it in the song. Ambition is priceless. It's something that runs in your veins. Like, it's ambition, man. Like, I wake up every day and I know what I want. I know what I want. I want to see those around me doing well. I want to see my friends doing well. And not necessarily being rich, bro, but waking up every day and having a nice life, having a place to stay, being able to eat, being able to transport yourself around. That's all we really need at the end of the day, man. We don't need to be, extremely rich and have all these crazy stuff. It just so happens that I'm in the industries, man, that people see me in exotic cars and in private jets and stuff like that. But people tend to get it confused. That's not what it's about. It just so happens that I'm in that industry and I'm not going to jump out of it. You know what I mean? It's how I make my money. But at the end of the day, as long as I have a house, as long as I have a car that takes me from A to B, and as long as I have a little bit of money in my pocket to eat and to spend with my loved ones, that's all it really matters, man. So me, it's just ambition to see people doing well, everyone around me. I don't want to be the only one doing well. That's why I've switched my business model. I don't have employees anymore. I told all my top employees, you're not employees anymore. You're business partners, and we're starting businesses together. And now we all flourish together. So it's not about just me growing alone. It's all about your people. Take care of your circle, and life will take care of you.
No, I love that. Take care of your circle and life will take care of you. It's something we talk about at my firm, my company too, is it's not employees and coworkers, it's partners and business relationships and strategic relationships. So I think that you're spot on with that. And I think from a perspective of a company and organization, it goes from the me versus we component, where you realize that you're not working for someone, but you're working with someone and you're working together. And ultimately, the end result is hopefully both of you, or all, however many people involved, are sharing in the wealth and sharing the revenue as well.
Yeah, man. That's what it's about, bro. And congratulations to you, man, on this podcast, on your business, man. Like, it means a lot for you to take the time out to actually want to educate people and, bring a positive message out. So it's definitely a pleasure for me to be on this, man. It's an extreme honor, Chris.
No, I appreciate the honor is mine, my man. I know you've got a ton of stuff going on, and I'm extremely fortunate to have had some success with the show, and I owe it to so many amazing people and guests and people that, like, on part of a team that do a lot of the stuff behind the scenes. So I want to ask, one of the things we often talk about almost every single episode are different daily or morning rituals, and I'm curious if you have either a morning or a daily ritual that you swear by.
Oof. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a second for you to cut in for this, because I have a few, and I had thought about it because I had listened to some of your podcasts, but it's just so much for me. Let me see. One of the biggest rituals for me on a daily basis, man, is to stay in tune with what's going on around me. I all day throughout the day read breaking news all around the world. We have to be aware of what's going on. We, as entrepreneurs, we tend to be too focused on our business, and it's kind of like a tunnel vision that we tend to have, right? And we get so stuck in it that to the point where at points we may not have a personal life, or may not be aware of things that are going on. And over the staying in tune with things that are going on. I went through a period of time where I was like a year only doing business, had no clue what was going on in the outside world. And I think it's very important to really be in tune with that, with music, with culture, with politics, with everything. May not necessarily be your main interest, but we got to know what's going on, because as business people, all of those things matter, especially when I do business with people in Australia, people in Japan, people in Peru, people in Haiti. I'm connected with people all over the world, so I got to be in tune with that. So my daily ritual is making sure that I know what's going on around the world in order for me to be able to fully run my businesses properly and know, pretty much be on top of the ball.
No, I appreciate you touching that, and rituals and things like that are something that we talk about, and it's an interesting perspective because so many people do things that in some ways are very similar, but then so many people do things that are incredibly different, which is why I like to always try to add value to the show and to listeners. And I always say that hopefully with every show you can pick up something, whether it's an idea, concept, something to maybe try, something to maybe do a little bit less of. So I appreciate you touching on that.
Of course, man, of course.
So if you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, and you could pick absolutely anybody, who would it be?
If I could have dinner with anyone? Walt Disney.
And why would that be?
Walt Disney, his story, at the beginning of his career is so similar to mine, from the production studio, to having his employees running around, going through hardships and money, sometimes not having enough money to pay staff, and just stressing, failing over and over, but still exceeding. I'm an individual that wants to break into the entertainment and to the film franchise industry. So I love that. I love giving people experiences and being able to for them to take away from them. And Walt Disney is somebody that I really look up to. It didn't matter how many obstacles life threw his way, that man worked through them, and he was just a visionary, and he hasn't affected the world as a whole. The whole world knows who Disney is, and I have a massive respect for the brand. So if I could have a dinner with anybody, it would either be Walt Disney, Elon Musk. Walt Disney says a crazy quote that kills me every time, because it's so me, and it's, we don't make money to make movies. We don't make movies to make money. We make money to make movies. You get me? They don't do it. They don't do it for the money. They do it for the experience. They want to make a crap load of money off their project so they can make the next one better. It's not about filling your pocket, but about giving an experience to the people and giving people something to see and enjoy. So I'm very inspired by these individuals, and I think Walt Disney would be my guy, bro.
No, I think Walt Disney is just an amazing individual. He's actually been said probably 4 or 5 times with that answer, and the reason being that we love it with our No Quit tribe so much is the fact that he's all about, and he was all about not quitting. And by definition of success and failure, he should have given up financially, emotionally, many, many times, but he kept on going. And you look at Disney World and Disneyland and the company itself today, and it's striving because of the foundation that he started the company with.
Yeah, man, it's crazy to see all his things come to life, man. It's one man's ideas, one man's head running at 1,000,000 miles per hour. So many failures, but life just aligning itself in a way where he could bring his vision to life and just affect all types of cultures, man. You go to any country in the world and Disney is a thing. People grew up watching Disney. It brings people good memories, And at the end of the day, you don't want to be remembered by how much money you made or what kind of Ferrari you were seen in. You want to be remembered by the great things that you did and by the positive impact you had. And that's the kind of career that I want to have. Bro, Chris, if you look at my social media, you're going to see a lot of luxury lifestyle stuff. You're going to see a lot of me traveling the world, and you're going to see a lot of you're going to see a lot of things that people will consider materialistic, right? But what people don't really know is my mindset. And that's the reason I love doing things like this. That's the reason why I love pushing my reality show. We're currently filming season 1 and 2 of my reality show called Hustle Inspires People. We want to inspire other people that feel like they don't have a way out, that there is a way out. Because I started from nothing. My crew started from nothing, and we have become successful. We want to inspire the next generation. So yeah, you may see these expensive things, but it's not about those things. It's about the message behind those things. So this platform, my reality show, and many other platforms that we have, is a great platform for us to reach that message. Not even just what I just mentioned. Forbes, we're a Forbes accredited firm. Forbes actually recognizes us, and we're part of the Forbes Agency Council of advertising executives that make moves in the United States. I have articles on Forbes. I have things that I'm trying to reach out to people and tell them, look, there's a way out of a bad situation. Don't quit. Just keep going. Give it a little bit more effort, and you'll see that your hard work is going to pay off. And that's my ultimate message.
No, I could not agree more. That definitely hits home with us. Is just keep going, not quitting, and just and that goes back to what you said before. Is you have people on your team and in your corner, and hopefully for our listeners out there, if you are thinking about giving up or quitting, is reach out to somebody within your corner, reach out to somebody within your circle, and just maybe grab 5, 10, 15 minutes of their time. And the flip side is it's all about karma and paying it forward. So I wanted to ask, what is the word, or what is the theme paying it forward mean to you?
Paying it forward, is being a good human, not expecting anything in return. Just do right by people, and life will do right by you. That's all it is, man. There shouldn't be a tally. You shouldn't keep count of how many things you did. If you're doing nice, you shouldn't try to get a bunch of exposure for it. And if you do want to get exposure, it should be for people to help you so you could help more people, but not for the wrong reasons.
No, I love that. And I think you hit it on the head is don't keep a tally. If you want people to respond, again, ask them to respond in the same ways. Pay it forward to somebody else. And I think that's great. So one of the things we often touch on in some of our speaking and also some of our coaching is the word accountability. And we feel it's a huge component of success in any area or aspect of life. I wanted to ask you, Alex, what does accountability mean to you?
In my specific scenario, which is me running multiple businesses and having people depend on me making the right decisions in order for everybody's future to look prosperous, accountability to me means not only thinking about myself. I went a long time, bro, doing business where I only cared about me, how much money I put in my pocket, all the attention to me. It's not just about me. Being accountable is knowing that you have people that depend on you and knowing that it's not just about you. And it's kind of like when you have a family, it's not just you. You're a family man. You got to take care of your wife. You got to take care of your kids. You got to be a responsible man. And when you're a businessman and people rely on you, you're going to be held accountable for your actions. So every thing you do could affect the lives of many people and those around them. So that's what it means to me.
No, I think it's a great definition. So in addition to what you briefly mentioned on, you talked about some of your companies and you mentioned your Forbes, which is awesome. And you talked about your reality series. What else is going on? Is there anything else exciting that's coming out you'd like to share with our listeners as well?
Yes, there is something. And there's something that's very important to me. I was raised by a single mother and a grandmother. I have a deep respect and admiration for women. And I believe that in the entrepreneurship world, not enough men have enough respect for women or give them the opportunities or give them the proper voice. And something I have massive respect for you, Chris, is that you support women entrepreneurs. I've seen seen and heard all of the stuff that you've done. And it means a lot, man. And something I'm doing right now is I'm supporting women entrepreneurs. In a time where a lot of men won't, I will. I'm providing business opportunities. I have women that are my business partners now. And I put them on an equal level as me because we should all treat each other equal. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow, orange, green, red, female, male, transgender. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, as long as you're a good human being and taking it back to what we were saying, paying things forward, being a good person, just worry about you and doing your things right. And life is going to reward you, man. So one of the things that I'm working on right now is I'm working on empowering women. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm empowering women. I'm working with women and I'm giving them a voice through my platform.
No, that's awesome. And I think you hit it on the head with that comment is it doesn't matter white, black, red, yellow, old, young. It doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, where you're coming from. It's all about doing the right thing for people and helping others. And it goes back to the concept we talk about and the theme we reference probably every single episode, if not a couple of times. It's just paying it forward and doing the right thing for the right reasons.
Yeah, man.
So last question before we let you go. I wanted to see if you have some parting words you'd like to leave with our listeners.
If anybody's listening to this right now and your shit is upside down, things are going wrong, you're having personal problems, your business is not doing well, stop feeling sorry for yourself. You have the potential to do it. We live in a world where anything is attainable. Anything is attainable. If there's a material thing out there, if there's something that you may specifically want, a home, a car, traveling, self-fulfilling experiences, you can do it. If somebody is doing it, you can too. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. There's a way out of it. So if you're listening to this, listen to it from somebody that has gone through hell and back in this world of business, through personal problems, loss of money, people ripping me off, not paying me back, me losing thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then having to pay staff, having to pay salaries, and just losing my mind. Just keep going. Believe in yourself. Find your peace. Go to church. Go to yoga. Work out. You have self-fulfilling conversations with people. Read a book, but don't stop. Don't stop because there's a way out, and you can do it. If I did it, if I was a 17-year-old kid and I was the underdog and I was able to do this on my own, you could do it too at whatever age. You don't know how many success stories I've heard of people that have started at 15, at 20, at 30, at 40, at 50, at 60. It doesn't matter how old you are. Pick up, stop feeling sorry for yourself, and get it done, because you should believe in yourself. The world has a million possibilities out there for you, and one of them is not for you to sit there and feel sorry for yourself. You are greater than that. So if you're listening to this, wake up tomorrow and do something that you love. That's it.
Wake up tomorrow and do something you love. I love it. I think we all could and should do a little bit more of that. So for the listeners that would like to follow you and connect with you, what's the best way for them to do so?
Guys, if you want to connect with me, you could find me anywhere. You guys could Google me, Alex Quin. Make sure you drop the second N. It's only one N, Alex Quin. You could find me on all social media platforms at Mr. Mr. Alex Quin. Again, that's Alex Quin with one N. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You could reach me on my website, alexquin.com. I'm very good at getting back to people. I've actually mentored a lot of kids, a lot of people throughout my business journey, and I've actually made a lot of successful careers, a lot of good testimonials, a lot of, successful people that could back, what I'm saying. So reach out, guys. Like, if there's any questions, any concerns, any comments, I'm just somebody here trying to pay it forward. Reach out to me on Instagram, drop a comment. I write back to everyone. My team will get in touch with you. And just stay posted to my content. Stay posted to Hustle Inspires, Hustle Season 1 and Season 2 coming out. If anybody's ever in Miami and wants to take a spin in one of our vehicles, make sure to stop by in Tomoto, our exotic car rental company, and just reach out. We're just a network of people trying to help other people. There's always business opportunities, and there's always way to make money together. So if you're listening to this and you're an entrepreneur that feels that you could benefit from this, reach out. It doesn't hurt to reach out. You're not going to lose anything by reaching out, and at least you can make a connection. So guys, make sure you listen to No Quit Living podcast every week. Chris bringing the fire to everybody, going out of his way to make sure that we get valuable content. Thank you so much, bro. And that's it. Let's keep it moving, guys.
My man, I truly appreciate your time sharing what you did, and today's theme obviously is just to pay it forward in any way you can.
Of course, brother. Appreciate your time, man.
Thank you for listening to episode number 126. Alex Quin was raised by a single mother, and today he is paying that forward with helping women entrepreneurs succeed in both life as well as business. As an entrepreneur, Alex has definitely dealt with challenges along the way. However, he has kept going, he never quit, and today he's doing big things down in Miami. One thing Alex is very passionate about is gun safety, which happens to be an issue in Miami. Instead of talking about it or thinking about doing something at some point in the future, Alex is taking action through his documentary series. One thing Alex said that really stood out to me was how he no longer looks at having employees, yet today he is working with his partners and building things together. My question to you today is whether you are an entrepreneur yourself or an employee. Do you feel that you work for someone, or do you feel that you work together with them? I challenge you today, no matter how you answer that question, take action. Instead of thinking about yourself as a me within your company or the company you work for, instead flip the script and begin thinking about we. Think about working together as a team. Think about working together for a common goal or objective. And as you go for your greatness, aim to do it together as you pay it forward. And lastly, to our listeners, thank you. We truly appreciate your time, and we hope our episodes inspire you to keep on attacking life and never giving up. To quote Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, it's always too early to quit.